think you should have one landing page for an insurance company that does home insurance, life insurance, auto insurance? What do you think you should have? Do you think you should have one single landing page for that? All right, we see 3 pages, yep, 4 pages, multiple pages, yeah, separate pages. Exactly. Now, you might have one landing page that does catch all that, just in case. But remember, what is a landing page? Let's go back. Who can remember this? What is the main purpose of a landing page? The main purpose? All right, come on, guys. Somebody's going to bust me on that. What's the main purpose? Ah, exactly. Linda got it. Landing pages have a sole purpose. All right? So you want to make sure that the purpose is to get the conversion. So what you can do when you're doing these videos, and specifically you guys that are in the local Video Guru program, this is exactly what we're talking about, is you want to break these videos up, make them speak directly to the market, the message to market. All right, so let's say we have a landing page right here, and this particular landing page, look right here, your #1 source for first-time home buyer loans. All right, first-time home buyer loans. So if that's your landing page, the people got there, and we're going to talk about the different way people get here, right? But let's assume, why would a person have landed on this page? Why would a person have landed on this page? Well, one, because they were looking, if in an ideal world, if you've done this right, you've the first-time home buyer loans, because they're looking for a first-time home buyer. They're first-time home buyers looking for a loan. Either they searched for it, right? Tom says because they searched for first-time home buyer loans. Guys, I want to be very careful that you don't have blinders on. All right? Be very careful. I want search to be at most, a third of your business this year. All right? How many of you would love it if making a business found on the front page of Google was only 10% of what you offered to local businesses? Right? I see a few of you that out there that want that. How many of you feel that the biggest offer that you can make to businesses, how do you feel that as a local internet marketer, as a local consultant, that you feel that is the main value that a local marketer brings, is to make somebody found on the front page of Google? Well, I don't want to brag or anything, but I bet if you are out there listening to the most of what's out there about local internet marketing, you're hearing that your only value to local businesses is being found on the front page of Google. Guys, that should be, I want it to be at most 30% of your business, and I'd like you to make it a goal to have it as only 10% of your business. Because I'm going to tell you right now, you know what it does? It makes you more money, and it brings you less stress. More money, less stress. If you make being found on the front page of Google 30% or less of your business, all right? So we'll talk a little bit about that here in a little bit, but first thing, so they're got here by first-time home buyer loans, okay? So first-time home buyer loans, so what should this video be about if that's what they got here? If that's how they got here. This video should be about first-time home buyer loans. So you know what this video needs to say when someone lands here? Hi, I'm John Smith, president of Acme Mortgage. And if you are a first-time home buyer, if you're looking to buy your first house, you probably have a lot of questions. You know, what are interest rates? You know, how does the closing process work? What are the points and fees? Well, here at Acme Mortgage, we've helped hundreds of Houston families buy their first house, and I'm confident we can help you. How long does that take? How long does that take to say? All right, you put more in those few seconds. And what did we cover in those few seconds? We covered our credibility. We covered that we can help you. We spoke directly to their problem, right? Hi, I'm John Smith, president of Acme Mortgage. If you are looking to buy your first house, you probably have a lot of questions. What did you just do? What did you just answer? You don't understand my problem. Yeah, you do. You just spoke to it. If you are first time over, you probably have a lot of questions. You know, how much is the down payment? You know, what are points and fees? Da, da, da. Well, here at Acme Mortgage, we've helped hundreds of families. What did you just do there? You establish your credibility. Lots of people have come before you. And I'm confident that we can help you. Next thing you got to do is make that call to action for them to do something. You've answered it. It doesn't have to be a big process. It doesn't have to be a big process. All right? So let's think about that. That's one landing page. Let's say you go to another landing page and this mortgage company also offers low-cost home refinance loans. What's the video going to be about? Hi, I'm John Smith, president of Acme Mortgage. If you're looking for a low-cost home, looking to refinance your home, you probably have a lot of questions. Sorry, John Smith, Acme Mortgage. If you are looking to refinance your home, you probably have a lot of questions. You know, should I refinance? You know, what are the interest rates? You know, how much is it going to cost for me to refinance? Well, here at Acme Mortgage, we've helped hundreds of families refinance their home, and I'm confident we can help you. How difficult is that? But where do you see the value? You very quickly answered their problems, but what else did you do? You sat there and looked them in the eye. That's where the value of this is. And what else did you establish? You established that I do understand your problem. I do know exactly what you're looking for. I just told you I did. And you are becoming that educator, and you are setting them up as being the advocate for their success. Again, what about just plain old low-rate mortgages? It's the exact same thing. John Smith, president of Acme Mortgage. If you're looking for the lowest rate mortgage, you come to the right place. You probably have a lot of questions. You know, are there anything I need to look at besides just the rate? You know, what are the fees? What are the costs? That's exactly what you're doing. And so what do you do? So you've done this. What part of that video do you need to redo? Because we know that it can be troublesome sometimes getting people that aren't on camera to do this. Well, you only shoot some parts once. Hi, I'm John Smith, president of Acme Mortgage. You know, you can do that one time if you want. What do you change? You just change the piece of the video that speaks to the problem, the particular landing page. And then what happens? One time you shoot the video that says, I'd like to invite you to get free instant access to the guide to your mortgage, whatever it is, all right? The conversion doesn't necessarily have to be specific, exactly specific. It's best if it is, but if you want to get this up and running and go, remember, fix problems, all right? Don't wait till everything's perfect. Put it up and fix, all right? This is what you need to do. I'm John Smith, president of Acme Mortgage. You've recorded that. Then at the end, I'd like to invite you. I want you to write that down. I'd like to invite you. I'd like to invite you. One of the most powerful things to get people to opt into conversion. I'd like to invite you to get free instant access. That's the next thing I want you to write down. Free instant access. I'd like to invite you to get free instant access to our whatever, the homeowner's guide to mortgages, whatever it is. And then you say, get free instant access, where you'll learn exactly how easy it is to get your home financing with Acme Mortgage. What did you just put out? You put that carrot, you put the expectation, when they're going to get it. What are you going to get? You're going to find out exactly how easy it is to get your home financing with Acme Mortgage. All right, you only have to shoot that one time, and you can put it there at the end. Who I am, you establish that credibility. Remember, that's exactly what we're doing. Establish that you understand the prospect's problems, establish that you have the solution, and establish that you are the one they should provide the solution. Hi, I'm John Smith, president of Acme Mortgage. If you're a first-time home buyer looking to buy your first house, then you come to the right place. You probably have questions. You know, what are rates? What are points? Here at Acme Mortgage, we've helped hundreds of families purchase their first home, and I'm confident that we can help you. I'd like to invite you to get free instant access to our homeowner's guide to home financing, where you can learn exactly how easy it is to get your home financing with Acme Mortgage. You've answered all three of those questions in 30 seconds, and you've become the educator and the advocate for that prospect. Can I tell you something? I promise you, the guy that videos weddings is not telling your client to say that. I guarantee you no one is coaching your client to be the educator or the advocate for their prospect. I can tell you, go watch local videos, go watch local advertisement. This is not being done. You are a local internet marketing expert. Marketing, you got to circle the marketing. That's exactly what you're doing when you're applying these techniques. All right. So I know a lot of you will talk about the how they get the. We're going to do this. We're going to keep going and see how we're going to get these pages in front of these prospects. All right. So what have you done? You establish you understand the prospect problem. You have the solution, and you are the one they should choose to provide that solution. Do you know, by coaching your guys into being the educator and advocate, that that's exactly what you're doing? That I don't care. You go find 10 other mortgage companies in this market, and none of them will be presenting themselves to the educator. None of them, they'll all be a me too. Me too. I can do it too. Oh, they say they can do that. I can do that too. Do you want to be a me too? You don't want to coach your client into being a me too. You want them to be the one to choose. And what happens when you put marketing principles in place for the consumers to choose your client? What have you just done? You've just increased their revenue. Have you had to increase their traffic to do that? Nope. Watch out. We're going to talk about that. This isn't about increasing their traffic. This is about increasing the traffic they already have to choose them. All right, so let's talk about this traffic conversion. So what type of traffic are you designing landing pages for? Well, there's what we call warm traffic. Warm traffic is someone that is familiar with the business. It could be a link from their main website, could be a link from Facebook, it could be a link from an email. This is warm traffic. They are going there because there is a warm-up, a message that drove them to that ad. Do you understand that the difference between when you get an email from somebody who on your list that says, go look at this, that landing page can be much different, and there's a few assumptions made by you landing there because you were directed there by someone else? All right, this is warm traffic. They're already warmed up at least to some level about what your offer is, okay? Then there's cold traffic. This is where there's pretty much no previous relationship with the business. This can be organic search, SEO, pay-per-click. All right, you have to make sure that they're warmed up to some way. And how do we do that? Well, let's talk about the basic SEO first. You want to make sure that the message matches the market. So just like each one of those landing pages that we looked at, right? You don't need a new domain for every one of those landing pages. All right, I want to make sure I'm crystal clear on that. You do not need a unique domain for each one of those landing pages. You don't need a domain for a first-time home buyer. You don't need a domain for low-cost refinance. You don't need a domain for low-rate mortgage. They can all be on the same domain. Just make sure they're individual pages and just apply. Guys, in as much as I hate, pushing SEO, because I don't want you guys going out and thinking, that being a front page of Google Peddler is the only value you have. It's not. Being local, you have a huge advantage, all right? Now, if you came to me and said, how do I do this on a national level or global level, good luck. I'm not the guy to talk to, all right? But locally, you want to make sure that that title tag of that page is that message to market, all right? You want to make sure that title tag is that key phrase, is that problem you are. Because what have you done by doing that? You've already got a warm prospect. Why? Because they saw that, and that's exactly what they are looking for. So what's the title tag? The title tag is going to represent what they see right here in the search. So make sure that title tag is the message to market. All right? Make sure the meta description also can speak to the problems, right? The meta description is what you're going to see generally right here on the search engines. And a lot of people will cram in there just a bunch of keywords. Don't undervalue or don't underestimate the power of actually having human readable, compelling message in your meta description. All right, so just like we did in the video, how about you speak to their problems and let them know you know what their problem is. Are you a first-time home buyer? Are you looking to buy your first home? You probably have questions. You want to get both the SEO benefits, but you also want to take advantage that there's real humans reading that and making a decision on whether or not to click that based on what's there. So don't make this just a bunch of keyword stuffing. Okay. The only other thing that I mess with SEO-wise, if at all, is H1, H2. Your headlines, I make sure that those are relevant keywords. Just like we saw in the and this right here would be H1, H2 tags, so that I get that in there. All right, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't stand on my head or climb up trees for search engine optimization. I don't think it's necessary when you speak deeper to problems, when you go after those deeper subjects, when you're going after SR22 insurance, when you're going after bad teen driver insurance, when you're going after first-time homebuyer loans. You don't have to do the SEO waltz to try to get all these crazy tactics of backlinking and wheeling and all this stuff. It's just not necessary. As long as you're going deep and speaking to problems and providing solutions. Are you going to get as many hits as you would if you got on page 1 for Denver mortgage? Are you going to be as many hits? But you got to decide. Is that what does it for you, is getting the most hits, or is it what does it for you, attracting ready to buy, ready to engage local consumers? I'll take 5 ready to buy consumers over 500 hits, over 5,000 hits on a website any day. All right? So don't get caught up in that SEO, oh, look how many hits I'm getting. Big flipping deal. All right. So so make sure that your title tags and your meta descriptions speak directly to those key phrases. If you want to call them long tail key phrases, you can. I don't do that. I call them speaking to problems. So let's figure out if you. We'll talk about that in the Q&A if you want. But as far as the local SEO aspect of it, I much prefer going after people that are looking specifically for first-time home buyer loans, specifically for low-rate mortgage, versus just a general mortgage company. All right, now let's talk about warm traffic. All right. Warm traffic is when, and a lot of you think, well, where do we put these landing pages? You know, how do we do they have their domain? Do they have their own whatever? So the what I call warm traffic is you don't have to change your prospect's website. If your prospect has a website and you want to utilize landing pages, there's a simple step. Remember, you don't have to take huge, gigantic leaps to make huge, gigantic changes as far as results, okay? It's a matter of getting people to a very specific message. So they can have a website with all kind of stuff, their regular website, right? And so what do you have over here a lot of times? Well, first of all, you rarely see something like this. You'll see join my mailing list or something like that. All right, that's not all that compelling. But what you can see is I like to put these special messages on their website. Think of your special offer as being an advertisement in their website, right? That's their advertisement. It's an advertise. They put an ad on their website. It just happens to be an ad for their own product, their own service, but with a more specific message. Now, this is what I used to do, is I would put opt-ins, right? How many of you, this is your first inclination, is to let's put an opt-in on someone's website. And you know what? That's a great first thing. For people that don't have any opt-ins, they have nothing like this, this is a great solution. And you know, how many of you out there, this is something that you would do for a customer? How many of you have done this for a client, that you put an opt-in on their website? You've at least got them started on collecting emails or collecting opt-ins, all right? Well, here's something really interesting that that I discovered, and I am very, very I feel very strongly about this when I talk to businesses about this, and this is the way that I like to do landing pages, and at least introduce landing pages to businesses. Because what happens with this? Do you have a lot of room right there to tell your story, to tell your message? All right. What about this? All right. Real quick. Who can tell me what's the difference? Feel like you're looking at one of those little games in the newspaper, right? Huh? Okay, all right, guys, you see it, right? It's the exact same page. I should have framed that a little different. All right. Whoops, exactly. Look. What do you see? Opt-in, no opt-in. Opt-in, no opt-in. Right? So, what happens here? What happens here for this opt-in? You have one tiny chance to tell your story to get the opt-in, right? Think about all those elements we talked about. All those elements we talked about to have a successful conversion. Is there enough information right here to give them that, make that decision? Is there all that information there that they need that you don't understand my problem, you know, that you're not speaking to my problem, you're not giving a solution, you're not doing anything, right? What are you doing? Instead of, because right here, what do they have the opportunity to do before they really understand the opportunity? They have the opportunity to say no and never really understand the opportunity. But if you give them this, what happens? They click on that to get their free copy, and you're not reneging on your promise. You are getting the free copy, and now they get to see, you get the full opportunity to show them what the offer is. That, for me, is where the opportunity for a landing page is huge, is to make in an ad on your prospect's website. Now, who is that best for? Now, is this guy best for the guy who has no website out there and they're looking to make a lead so they can make payroll next week? No, probably not. All right, they need a straight out lead generation, and you need to start driving traffic to it through your classifieds, SEO, whatever you do. All right, but if they are a company, if any of you saw the my front page rebound training, where we go after businesses that are already on the front page of Google but not getting the conversions that they expect, then this is where you can make tremendous differences in what their outcomes are. So rather than try to sell the whole compelling message and get the conversion here, let's give ourselves a better opportunity to do that. And that's exactly what's on the other side of this. What's on the other side of this? On the other side of this is your video landing page. The other side of this is your landing page, your squeeze page. All right, it's not that you're not collecting that email, you're not getting the conversion, you're just removing the resistance and giving a bigger opportunity to explain the offer than you could ever get in this small space right here. All right, does everybody get that? Does everybody get that instead of going for this quick shot? All right, I hate to use this example, you know, we got dinner and a movie first, huh? How about that? Okay, so that's exactly what we're doing. I want to make sure everybody gets that that's what they're doing, that once they click this, that's when they're going to our landing page. And that landing page is warm traffic, all right? So before you get too caught up in the SEO and all that stuff, this is the first way to do it. You can send them to a landing page that has no SEO attached to it, that has no, you don't have to dig that because it's coming as warm traffic right there. So what are we doing here? We're taking their traffic that they're already getting, and we're upping the conversion value. All right, so here's the value, guys. I want you to pay very, very close attention to this, because I promise you it'll get you thinking today. It'll get you thinking tonight for sure. What's the value? You can help increase revenue without increasing traffic. Can everybody say that out loud to themselves? I can help increase revenue without increasing traffic. How many of you thought before today that your only value as a local internet marketer was bringing more traffic to your clients? Where are you at? And believe me, don't feel bad about it, because that is what has been pushed on you. That's been the sole value that you've been told that you have, is to generate more traffic, more traffic, more traffic, more traffic. Believe me, guys, it's what I thought was the value is bringing more traffic, more traffic, more traffic. It's not about more traffic. It's about making the traffic they already have choose them. Help businesses get customers, choose them. And I can remember when this hit me, and my client must have thought I was just absolutely nuts, because it was like I just had this epiphany in the middle of our conversation. Because all he was talking about was, I need more traffic. He did just great. He spends tons of money on traffic. And I was struggling with the dilemma of, see, he thinks that if he spends twice the money, he's going to get twice the traffic. Is that true, guys? When you're dealing in local markets, if someone is getting 500 visitors, let's say they're getting 500 visitors a month to an offer, does doubling the budget double the traffic? It doesn't. So what happens to your value, the value of you in their eyes? I'm offering you, I'm going to give you twice the money, and you're saying you can't give me twice the business? I can't double my business by giving you twice the money? I can't. And then we sat and looked, and we talked, well, how much traffic are you getting right now? And we looked, and it's like, you're getting a lot of traffic. I said, how many prospects do you think that you're missing, that you're not getting? Yeah, we talked about it. It's like, you're getting a lot of eyeballs, you're just not converting them. Not that you're not converting them on the sales side, you're not converting them on the lead funnel. So the technical words in our vernacular as internet marketers is we need to increase conversions. But what is the terms that we use as internet marketers to local clients? Let's spend that money on making the people that are already seeing you choose you. Let's work on making them choose you. Now, guys, I want to talk about this. Who thinks it's easier to work on getting current traffic to choose your client than it would be to get double the traffic that they're currently getting? Which one would give you less stress? Which one would not keep you up at night if a client said, hey, I need 500 more eyeballs on my offer every month? Or how do I make a couple of more people come into my funnel from the traffic that I'm already getting? All right? I see a lot of you are starting to get it. A lot of you are getting it. Let's keep looking. Show businesses that instead of paying for more leads, their budget may be better spent on conversions. Instead of more leads, better spent on conversions. Let's take a mortgage company, for example. Any of you guys work with mortgage companies? Right? Just buy more traffic. That goes back to you want to make more money, just work harder. Does that work, guys? You want to make more money, just work harder? Mm-mm. So let's say a mortgage company right here. Let's say a mortgage company profits $25 per loan, right? They profit $25 per loan. Let's say they're getting 500 views on the offer. Is 500 views a month an extraordinary amount of traffic? No, it's not a ton of traffic. But I have very successful campaigns. Those of you that get caught up in the SEO that I need more, I need search volume, search volume, search volume, search volume. You need you need to think about that. I get some of the best, most return on value campaigns have very low search volume. They just happen to be ready to buy consumers. All right, 500 views on the offers. Let's say 10% of those viewers, there's a 10% viewer to prospect conversion right now. All right, let's say that when you, if they just have their regular mortgage website and they know that they get about 500 hits a month, 500 visitors a month on their website, and 10% of those people that turn into a conversion, they get 10%. They get leads that come in that either that say, I found you on the internet. All right. So if they found you on the internet, that's 10%. They got a 10% viewer to prospect conversion. All right. That doesn't mean a sale conversion. I mean a viewer to prospect. That means that they either opted in or they made a phone call. All right. Now, let's say after that they have a 10% prospect to customer conversion. A 10% prospect to customer conversion. So what does that mean? That out of 500 people that visited their website, 10% of them actually filled out an opt-in form or got into their conversion. All right? And then 10% of those prospects actually became customers and spent money. Okay? So let's say 500 times 10% equals 5 customers they got out of that 500 views, right? 5 customers. That's $12,500 that they generate in revenue from their online experience, okay? Now, let's say that's just for an independent mortgage guy, a little independent mortgage broker. That's good right now these days, for sure. Let's say by adding a landing page, adding some compelling message, not to generate. You didn't spend 1 second on generating new traffic. You didn't spend 1 second on SEO. All right? Let's say you increased that by only 2%. The only thing you did, you didn't bring in any more views before you even get, before you even get distracted by that. You didn't bring any more views, all right? The 500 views stayed the same because you generated no more traffic. All you did was increase this from 10% to 12%. You added just a 2%, all right, increase in their viewer to prospect conversion, meaning the people that saw their offer opted in. All right, you did nothing. You did nothing to increase their customer conversion. They're still doing 10% prospect to customer conversion. All right. Well, just by adding that 2%, that brings in an extra customer a month. That's at a minuscule, which brings them an extra $2,500. All right. Now that we're talking about small numbers here, now let me ask you something. What is your service worth if it brings your customer an extra $2,500 a month and gives them a 20% increase in their current business? What are you willing to pay for an extra $2,500? How much would you give for $2,500? So, the landing pages are not that difficult. Spend some time, copy, steal. What I just showed you is rudimentary. once you get into this, you're going to start seeing all these different things. I see some guys, some things passing by. There's some guys on here that that go deep into landing page and conversion. All right. And we're talking about doing this on a local basis. All right. I'm going to tell you right now that don't even talk to me about this for a national or global campaign or selling a ClickBank deal. Can't help you. But on a local basis, for a local business that's already doing it poorly, helping them increase just this one variable is not very difficult at all. Does everybody get the value? Does everybody get what your value is? Does everybody get the value of doing this for a business without the SEO side of it? Now you can certainly tackle the SEO side of it. You can certainly, like I said, this isn't the only way. This is a way. You could take these landing pages and apply them to guys that have completely crappy pay-per-click landing pages. All right? I didn't say that putting more traffic can't be an answer. It can certainly be an answer. It can certainly be part of the recipe, but it's not necessary. What I want to frame this training as, I want to show you the value of doing simple things like a landing page, the anatomy of a local landing page, just by understanding a few simple principles, how you can make a dramatic difference without changing any other part of that campaign or what they're doing. If you want to throw more traffic at it, fine, you'll probably do better. If you want to spend time with the SEO, fine, you'll probably do better. But I want you to take the first step and understand that there's the first thing that you can do, and it may be the only thing that you do, is just slightly increase their conversions to make a difference and to bring value. And it's probably something that they have rarely heard or rarely seen or rarely talked about, because everyone that's contacting them is, I want to get on the front page of Google. I can get you on the front page of Google. I can get you on the front page of Google. That's why in the Google Rebound, it's like, man, you want low-hanging fruit? Start calling the businesses that are on the front page of Google. Because A, they probably spent money to get there. B, you can almost bet that the business that they're getting from it has not met the expectations that were set by whoever sold them getting on the front page of Google. All right, so the slightest difference can make a big difference. The slightest increase can make a big difference in revenue. All right, so here's what I want to do. I want to go back through here and do a Q&A. Now, one thing I can tell you, where are we? Let's see, how long have we been going now? Holy cow! Oh my gosh! Well, guys, what did I tell you? I told you that this, and believe me, I didn't even get in all the stuff that I wanted to go over in this training. But like I said, I'm sure it'll be continued, because this is a big part of what I'm going over this year, is all the things that you can do outside of being on the front page of Google. All right, here's what I got to do, guys. I'm going to start taking Q&A. If you got to go, that's fine. This will be this is recorded. It will be uploaded on the members area. But I'm going to tell you, after 2.5 hours, I'm going to take about a 1-minute break and be right back to start answering any questions you may have. So if you want to put those questions in there, if you got to go, you got to go. I understand that, but I will be right back to start Q&A.